Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you and reviewing another app available for, of course, the Android OS. Now, this is a little bit of an exception to what I usually review. This is neither an open source application nor one that is actually readily available on the Google Play Store. This is actually still in its pre-alpha stage, but the reason I'm bringing it to you today is really more because of the concept of this app rather than the actual app itself. Now, today I'm only going to be showing you the website, and the reason for that is that this app is effectively an email client of sorts, and of course, because I don't really want to give too much of my personal information away, of course, for security reasons, I'm only going to be giving you a bit of a brief overview and sort of explaining the concept of it. Now, the longest surviving entities on the internet tend to be open source ones, and ones with open protocols at least. And the reason for this is because they don't seem to die. They don't seem to run out of steam when the company that's maintaining them runs out of steam. It relies on the community to keep it alive and keep it going. So, with that in mind, I always thought it a bit peculiar, why has no instant messaging service ever used the email protocol to actually send messages to and fro? Now, of course, there could be any number of instant messaging services that actually do use the email protocol, but they do it in a proprietary way so that we wouldn't know. But email is pretty damn speedy nowadays, and of course with bandwidth being as good as it is, and email being effectively a text-only communication, of course there's attachments and so forth involved as well, but for all intents and purposes it does make a reasonably ideal candidate for email clients. Also, for instant messaging. Also, on top of that, it is an open protocol, which means that you can develop an email instant messaging client, which then is kind of almost instantly then and there available for anyone to sort of participate in, even if they don't have the client itself. So it always was a bit peculiar as to why email clients like this weren't readily available. Well, regardless of that, Hop is a client which aims to answer that very question. Email at the speed of life. It works pretty much identically to any other instant messaging service, like the Facebook chat or the Twitter direct messaging service or anything like that, and it simply just puts it into a format of similar to that, but using email, which means that anyone who has an email address can participate in discussions on this instant messaging service, but people with the client, of course, have a bit more of a user-friendly interface to work with. It works really damn well. I've got it on my my tablet now. In order to get to the pre-alpha, to get a version of it for pre-alpha testing, and I've got to stress at this point is that even though it's pre-alpha, I've not actually ran into a single bug in the program at the moment. But like I say, it's not readily available for the public. I think they might be still developing features, developing the aesthetic and things like that. But this website, of course, very nicely designed. Navigation on the right-hand side here will give you some of the key points about it. But really, it's an instant messaging service that uses email as its protocol, and that works really, really well. It works identically to, like I say, Google Chat, or any other instant messaging. Google Chat, well, it works identically to Google Chat. It works identically to Twitter's DM, all that kind of stuff. So in order to get a hold of it, it's available for the App Store on the iOS and, of course, the Android Alpha. And of course, it's got that bit of a testimonial from Time magazine. Now, if you were to click on the register now for the Android Alpha, what it would ask you to do is to become a member of the Google Plus community. So anyone with a Google Plus account can, of course, can apply to be a member. After a couple of hours, someone will most likely approve you, and then you have access to the to download the pre-alpha. Now, you download the pre-alpha through the Google Play Store, so you do have that element of reassurance, that element of relative safety when it comes to downloading the application. But like I say, I've downloaded it and used myself and have had zero problems whatsoever. Pre-alpha builds are usually buggy as all heck, but I guess this is an exception. It is a kind of a simple program, and like I say, I'm kind of surprised. To be honest, I'm almost certain that the concept has been developed before, and I think it might take something like Hop to lift it off the ground, or maybe another similar service. But regardless of that, of course, the beauty of it is that it breaks away from the idea of having monopolies, the idea that one social media network needs to be bigger than all others or be more inclusive than all others. This allows instant messaging, and it allows instant messaging from people that don't use the service. It's fantastic. You can log in with Gmail, I think AOL, Yahoo, and Microsoft accounts. So if you've got an email but with any of those providers, then of course you can actually log in using that. I understand they're actually working on SMTP logins as well. So if you have any email whatsoever that has SMTP, not SMTP, IMTP, is that the right initialism? God, So yeah, and if you've got any kind of email, it's working on expanding to more email clients, all email clients to be more precise. So definitely worth a look if you are interested in using instant messaging services, and if you kind of want a speedy way to take care of email as well. A lot of people I know who work in the business world, and even just sort of work in social media or enjoy using social media in general, or enjoy time on the internet, often get bogged down with lots and lots and lots of emails. Now, that's not a particular problem for me, because I've worked out an incredibly awesome system to actually get through large amounts of emails in no time at all. Actually, after I came back from my break, I actually cracked open my email client with only 45 unread emails, and I managed to breeze through them in about less than 2 hours, probably closer to 1 hour. And that was I was actually quite impressed with that. It's a little system that I might demonstrate to you at some point. But then again, of course, when I'm showing you and the internet things with my email, of course, I've got to be extra careful, because it's where sort of my confidential documents and stuff like that usually get forwarded to me via. So anyway. Yeah, Hop, definitely worth checking out if you are interested in instant messaging services, if you're interested in trying out new experimental apps and things like that. Yeah, great service. Certainly one that I'd at least recommend looking into. Maybe sort of email culture hasn't really sort of caught up to the idea of using it as an instant messenger. But that being said, you could have one email account for instant messaging. You could have one email account for the more serious stuff. That again is a possibility, or a possible direction that this might end up moving into anyway. So, like I say, gethop.com if you want to check it out. gethop.com. Yeah, you can have it up and running as soon as that you're approved to join the Google Plus community, which in my experience takes like 1 or 2 hours for them to sort of see that you want to become a member and approve you. So that's about it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, I've been Chris Ware, and you've been awesome. Take care now.